Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house on a hill. Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was simple, and they were both happy. That was until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. "Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved." "I will do my best to save him, my lord," Isaac's mother replied, rushing into Isaac's room, removing all that was evil from his life. Again the voice called to her. "Isaac's soul is still corrupt. He needs to be cut off from all that is evil in this world and confess his sins." "I will follow your instructions, Lord. I have faith in thee," Isaac's mother replied, as she locked Isaac in his room, away from the evils of the world. One last time, Isaac's mom heard the voice of God calling to her. "You've done as I've asked, but I still question your devotion to me. To prove your faith, I will ask one more thing of you." "Yes, Lord, anything," Isaac's mother begged. "To prove your love and devotion, I require a sacrifice. Your son Isaac will be this sacrifice. Go into his room and end his life as an offering to me to prove you love me above all else." "Yes, Lord," she replied, grabbing a butcher's knife from the kitchen. Isaac, watching through a crack in his door, trembled in fear. Scrambling around his room to find a hiding place, he noticed a trap door to the basement hidden under his rug. Without hesitation, he flung open the hatch, just as his mother burst through his door and threw himself down into the unknown depths below.
Hello everyone, it is the Super Blue Badger and I welcome you to The Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb. Wrath of the Lamb was donated to me by Josephine on my birthday and I'd just like to thank her here sincerely. The Binding of Isaac and I had a bit of a falling out when we first met, on a stream long ago, possibly in 2011. It was like a stranger bursting into my house dumping a bucket full of pills over my head and screaming in my ear, "Shoop de whoop." And I didn't really get on with it. But recently, since Wrath of the Lamb was donated to me, I've recently given it a second try. Like a rekindled friendship with that guy that was incarcerated for murder. Yeah, you can still love him, as long as you don't have any sharp objects. The Binding of Isaac is a reference and spin-off to the biblical plot known as The Binding, where Abraham is forced to, well, not forced to, but requested to, at the voice of God, to potentially sacrifice his son to prove his faith in God. God stops him at the last minute, but there will be none of that here. There will be no stopping at the last second. Mom is out to fucking kill us, and I hope her name isn't Abraham, because that'd be weird. Either way, in The Binding of Isaac, it's a shooter, arcadey, NES-style, Legend of Zelda-ish sort of thing, where death is permanent, and items, power-ups, everything that you acquire is randomized. So it's a game where dice rolls and luck really play into a factor here. It's charming difficulty of being a naked crying child. Just, I don't know why it appeals to me to be a crying naked child. It's a terrible, terrible thing. And as you can imagine, I've already played the game through a few times. That's why this title screen is the one that you get when you actually beat a certain boss later on in the game that we'll get into in the future. Just to understand the basic comprise of this game, I'm going to be playing Isaac, a vanilla run, and we're going to be going through, and I will not be cutting out all of the deaths. I will cut out really pathetic ones, but otherwise we're going through completely vanilla and trying it out. Later on we may try some, challenge runs, but I thought this would be an interesting thing to just try as a one-off. So let's get straight into it, shall we? It starts us off with a really nice, almost satirical concept into combining gameplay and tutorial, because it basically teaches you because it's scribbled straight into the floor of the first room. Basically, the up, down, left and right keys cause us to shoot, the WASD keys cause us to run around, and space uses items. Do not be an idiot like me and immediately press E thinking we don't have any bombs yet. Because we do, we have one. I will not attempt to name all the enemies in this game because there are quite a few, but these are mostly harmless because they do not have any heads, bounce around aimlessly, and, well, they don't really achieve a whole lot. We could use our bomb to get at this golden chest right here, but it's not going to work out. We don't have any keys. So, we'll come back to this later. Every door is a new possibility in the Binding of Isaac, for better or for worse. This is actually a different coloured version of an enemy that we will see elsewhere. It starts shooting more bloody red orbs the closer we get to it. Just as a demonstration, I'm just going to run past it, as we can see there. But if we stay away from it, we can actually get to a certain range where our tears outdo the range of its bloody shots. And I have pushed out of any decent oh shit, that was close. Yeah, Binding of Isaac is always throwing curveballs at you, and you need to be careful. Things generally circled with a gold rim will show us with a, a bent spoon. Not that I'm, into, bending thing. Anyway, so, the bent spoon is a power-up, completely randomized. Anything circled in gold will give us some sort of good benefit. Especially that golden chest, we saw a few rooms over, but we don't have a key to access it at the moment. This bending spoon attack is amazing because while it doesn't give us any damage upgrade, it homes in on enemies. And one of my massive flaws of any game ever is that my accuracy is fucking terrible. In conjunction with other items, it's not very desirable because it can lead attacks that are potentially self-damaging to come home back in on yourself and kill you. Yeah, anyway, Flat Penny? I forget what Flat Penny does. Maybe we'll see the effects as we move on. But with that, we've already explored most of the first level. There is a room where we may go and check out. Well, we'll check on it later. We don't need to go and check it out now. I prefer to fight the boss once all the power-ups are done and gone, and then we can come back and collect the rest of the things later. Larry Jr., pretty simple. Just keep firing. Don't stand in their direct path, and you can pretty much just stand in the... Yeah, basically stand on the sidelines and shoot purple orbs at them. Easy enough. They do like to shit furiously everywhere, all day long, every day. Like it's going out of fashion, actually. And I didn't realise there was a neutral fly in here. We'll get into neutral flies at another point, but right now let's not fuss too much about it. Around 50% of the health, the Larry Jr. will basically be destroyed, and we don't have anything to fear from one of them. And the second Larry Jr., popular, well, despite contrary game design of many other games ever existing ever, oh shit, that was close. The other Larry Jr. does not get a boost in power or anything like that, or speed. So, destroy one as fast as possible. Oh god, lag. Yeah, this game isn't perfect. We're going to be seeing a lot of lag in this game at many different points in the series. I will possibly see how to fix that, but for now, we're just going to have to live with it. Fortunately, when we destroy all the shit that it pops out, it actually has a chance of dropping hearts. Dropping hearts is pretty sweet! Oh god, that was a bad move. Okay, even with the lag, I'm not doing too particularly fantastic here. Come on! And with the lag, it's making every shot seem like a fucking Eternium. Come on, come on. Oh, for fuck's sake, there's too much shit in the way! Oh, for fuck's sake! Once I defeat this boss, it should all go back to normal. And should it persist, I will find other means of recording this game. Come on, Dixie. And with that, he is defeated. Hell yeah, lots of hearts and a, for some reason, floating fly that should have remained neutral but is trying to kill me now. Either way, stem cells! Health up! And we get a fetus. Don't ask. Now for the rooms that we left behind previously. There is one room all the way to the left there. Once we get over there, I will explain it. Unfortunately, being a naked child has its drawbacks in the fact that we can't move very fast. The spikes in the door do some damage, a half a heart rather, and this room can be a little bit frustrating because sometimes you won't get anything, sometimes you'll get 2 soul hearts. 2 soul hearts are temporary hearts that, once we lose the health, they're gone forever, so don't get too attached to them. Think of them as like a shield in one of those starship fighters. Okay, we're just gonna take a random guess here. Boom. Oh my god, yes! Bob's Rotten Head, a fantastic addition. Sometimes you can find secret rooms throughout the game that are not basically, they're not basically told about. But I was given a tip on a stream a long time ago that rooms surrounded by 3 or 4 walls likely are the bonus room. And they don't always contain a power-up, but they do sometimes contain copious amounts of money or maybe a boss fight. Depends on your luck. Bob's Rotten Head, for example, is basically a free bomb, so use it wisely. Just a moment while I close a few programs, hoping to avoid any lag mishaps. There we go, hopefully that should help. The red fires are actually kind of dicks. I never realised they incorporated them later on. Oh yes! Golden key. Okay, now I remember what the golden key flat penny does, rather. When we collect money, I believe, it has an additional chance to spawn a golden key, and which basically opens all the rooms on that floor no matter what. And also has a chance of dropping pennies. Or, well, that's a quarter or a dime. I'm not sure about the American currency system, because I am not American, and therefore intelligent. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I know plenty of intelligent Americans. One's even more so intelligent than I am. Spiders, do I really need to explain them? They have nothing special to them. Don't fear them too much. They have a great area of threat, but otherwise they don't have any real specific oh god, fuck this. The more evolutionized form of spiders, I don't even know what they are. Also, there are webs on the floor, as you can imagine. Don't stand on them, they slow you down. And also, while standing on them will reduce the range and speed of your tear shots. So they won't go as far and basically will whiff. So don't bother using them. I mean, don't bother standing on them if you're trying to go out on an all-out offense, unless you're shooting a remarkably short distance. Which, in The Binding of Isaac, is generally a ill-advised choice. Oh god, no, not you guys. I do not like you guys. There we go. Yeah, they had bombs in them. Do I really need to explain this part? Because if I do, I'm ashamed to call you my viewer. Then again, they were quite short-lived. Come on. About 2 regular shots will kill a spider. It's very useful to know how much health and how much damage it will take to destroy an enemy. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because sometimes it can really be the key between life and death. And, oh yeah, I can't enter this room because there's a spider still alive. Fan-fucking-tastic. Ow, didn't mean to do that, but I got a soul heart back. Hell yeah. Boom. And a spare key. Not like we need them. An hourglass? Nah. I prefer my free bomb. An hourglass, as you can imagine, has the ability to slow down time for a temporary period. It's not very interesting, if you ask me, and takes up our space slot. So, we're going to be avoiding it. There are 3 kinds of items in this game, or 4 rather. There are trinkets, which is the flat penny that we have now, passive items that give us additional benefits, space items which basically have some use to them, not really specified, collectibles, which is like the stem cell, which has given us extra health, and the bent spoon, which basically gave us homing attacks. And then there are pickup items like tarot cards and pills. We'll come into those later. I've never fought Famine this early before. He's one of the 4 horse riders of the apocalypse, and also not that dangerous. He spawns flies, likes to shoot across the screen occasionally, nothing special to him. He only shoots across the screen unless you're standing on his left or right side, so try to avoid that. But while you're standing above him, he will just endlessly spawn flies. And these flies are massively fucking frustrating because they're constant projectiles to dodge. But he's easily one of the easiest style of horse riders to fight. By a long shot, easily. He only shoots across the screen once, so you don't need to dodge him too feverishly. And he doesn't even seem to home in on you, so you don't really have to dodge too hard. Whoop! All you have to do is keep an eye on the... Ow! Yeah, keep an eye on the flies, and all shall be well in the world. Most bosses do have a chance of killing their own enemies. During the second stage of the fight, he will be blown off his horse and reduced to nothing more than head. Lots of ladies like that, but not me. And he's pretty simple, just dodge his projectiles, shoot some homing attacks at him. Easy school. Ow, fuck. I'm an idiot. Cube of Meat! I love Cube of Meat, because it acts as a shield. And shields and defensive items in this game, pretty fucking sweet, not gonna lie.